Genius Nation, what's going on? Welcome to the Daily Genius. I am Dr. Will. And as always, I'm super excited that you are here with us this morning. Wherever you are in the world, I hope your day is starting off magnificent and you're ready to go out there and dominate. For those of you that are watching this outside of our private Facebook group, when I refer to Genius Nation, that's who I'm talking about. Our private Facebook group of over 1,000 individuals that are committed to becoming the best versions of themselves and creating their best life. If that sounds like you, I invite you after this video, after you watch this video, go to Facebook, look up our group, Genius Nation, join the nation, be a part of it. What we try to endeavor to do is provide you with tips, tools, and strategies to help you become a better person and help you create that better life. For those of you that are coming in here live, welcome this morning. Dennis, I see you. Always glad that you are riding with us on the Daily Genius. So I got asked a question yesterday. How do I stay motivated? How do I stay motivated? And I told the individual that I would answer the question today during the Daily Genius. So this is a question I get asked quite often about motivation, and it lends to the idea that motivation comes and goes. Motivation comes and goes. And that's absolutely right. When you think about motivation, I want you to think about motivation like taking a shower and cleaning up yourself, cleaning up your body. Taking a shower and cleaning up yourself is a daily activity. It's something that has to be done daily. So for instance, if you take a shower on Monday and you don't take a shower again until Friday, I'm almost positive you're going to have a stench on you. I'm almost positive that there's going to be a smell illuminating from your body. Well, that's kind of like motivation, right? Motivation is something that we have to do every single day because motivation, in essence, wears off. It wears off. So what helps us? What helps us to stay motivated? So when you think about the word motivation, I want you to think about the root word and its motive, right? What is your motive for doing something? What is your motive, right? And so when we talk about motive, then that takes us into a word called vision, right? Vision, or the end result, right? Vision or the end result. So my motive for doing this is because I want to get this end result, right? My motive for doing this, my motive for getting up every day, going for my walk, my motive is that I want to lead a healthy lifestyle. So that's my motive, right? That's my motive. But every day, I'm not going to be motivated to get up and do that. So what needs to happen? What needs to happen? So when that happens, when you're not feeling motivated, then you need to go back to the beginning of why you're doing it, and that's your motive. And so when I'm laying in bed, when I'm thinking about, man, I'm not motivated to get out there. It's a little cold outside this morning. I don't want to get out there. It's raining this morning. I got to remember my motive. I got to remember my motive. And so what I like to do that helps me remember my motive, I have things that are all across my office, all throughout my house that helps motivate me, that helps remind me, this is why you're doing this. This is why you're doing that. And so my suggestion for you is to really surround yourself with stuff that's going to motivate you, stuff that's going to inspire you, right? To do whatever it is that you need to do. And you got to find what works for you. One of the things for me, I'm very intentional. I'm very intentional about keeping positive things, around me. I'm very intentional about keeping positive people around me. And so I help I help my motivation. So let's think about you taking that shower again. Okay, you took the shower, but now there's some other things that you add on, right? You put on some deodorant, right? Put on some deodorant. You may put on some perfume, or you may put on some cologne that's helping with what you just did, right? So not only do you have the vision, not only do you understand the result that you're trying to get, but you add on some things that's going to help you out. So for instance, just going back to the example of getting up and going for my walk every morning, what I choose to look at or listen to first thing in the morning helps in that motivation. And so I'll pop in a podcast, and on the podcast, they're talking about, if you want to live your best life, do what others are not willing to do. So that type of talk motivates me. Like, oh yeah. Like when I go out on my walk in the morning, it's maybe like this morning, I saw maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe like four other people that was out there. And so that motivates me as well, because as I pass by each house, right? As I pass by each house, hundreds of houses, only 4 people out here at 5 o'clock in the morning. That type of stuff motivates me, because that lets me know, well, you're doing something that the majority of people aren't doing. You're doing something that the majority of people aren't doing. So that type of stuff motivates me. Like I'll go to YouTube and I'll punch in, marketing class from Harvard, marketing class from Brown University. And you know what motivates me? I'll look at the number of individuals that have viewed that video. And let's say it's maybe about 2,000 people that have viewed the video. And I think to myself, there's billions of people in this world, but only 2,000 have watched this video. And then I'll go and, it may just an ESPN clip, a replay of a game or something. 10 million people watch the replay of this game, right? Or watch the clip of them talking about this game. 10 million. But on the Brown University or Stanford Business College or Harvard Business College, GCU Business College, like 2,000 people. That just reminds me, like, oh yeah, everybody wants to be entertained, but everybody doesn't want to be educated. Everybody wants to be entertained. Everybody doesn't want to be educated. And that motivates, that's for me. So you got to find what motivates you and understand you're not going to always be motivated. I think that's the key thing. When people ask this question, they ask it from a perspective of they're expecting to always be motivated. And they think because they're not motivated, something may be wrong. No, it's just like, once again, I took a shower today. Throughout the course of my day, I'm running here, I'm running there, I'm sweating, and boom, here's the result of that. That's the same thing about motivation, right? Boom. Yeah, I was motivated this morning to get up, to do what I needed to do. But man, maybe I get a bad email. Maybe I get a bad text. That's like somebody driving past you and splashing water or mud on you, right? It's like, right? How do you get back? How do you get back motivated? How do you get back, right? So in that instance, if that would have happened, I'd have to come back in the house and go get a shower, go get cleaned up. That's the same with motivation. So happenings like, so for me, I have just little things, in my phone. I can go to my phone and once again, listen to podcasts. I have a folder, a picture folder in my phone that I can just go look at a couple of pictures, and that motivates me, gets me going. So you just got to find a recipe that kind of works for you. But the main thing is just understanding that motivation is not just something that stays with you. And it's nothing wrong if, one day you wake up and you're not motivated and you don't feel like doing anything. And some days you need those days. Like you've had those days like where you say, you know what? I'm gonna wake up and I'm just gonna lounge around the house. I'm not gonna even take a shower today. I'm just gonna lounge around the house. Sometimes it be like that. So don't put so much pressure on yourself. But I have this thing. If I do the right things most of the days, I'll be okay, right? If I do the right things most of the days, if I can get, out of the 7 days out of the week, if I can get my mojo going 5 out of the 7, that's a pretty good week. That's a pretty good week. Am I going to have some 4-3 weeks? Yeah. Am I going to have some 3 positive days, 4 not so positive days, motivated days? Yeah, it happens like that too. But I'm not going to allow that to, that may be, man, this week wasn't so good, but I got 3 other weeks in this month, right? I can get back on track. The key is not staying unmotivated. That's the key. So hope that helps you guys out too. For Darren, who asked me that question, I know you're watching. I hope that answers your question. That's what I do. That's what has worked for me. Hope you can take some lessons from it and implement them into your life. All right, Genius Nation, go out there, have an amazing day, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow morning for the Daily Genius.